What's up? What's up? What's up, folk? What's up? All right, let me get this put over here. Okay, what's going on, folk? What's going on? What's going on? All right, we in the house. Yeah, this is Uncle REG back at you today. Streaming on both platforms. You got it going. It looks like I'm okay. All right, make sure that my mic is okay. Just make sure that's all right. All right. So we in the house today. Yeah, people people been streaming, both ways. I think you have to pay for it. Yeah. So we on this Saturday, we gonna do it. Man, I'm gonna be on here. Gotta go through some stories. You see the title. Kandi Burruss' husband. They both getting divorced. Well, Kandi Burruss and Todd, they getting a divorce and stuff. And finally, I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. It was destined to fail anyway, man. I'm surprised they stayed as long as they did. Tell you the truth. Tell you the truth. Let's see. So let me get on over here. So support the channel. If anybody come in, I'll be on here for a minute and stuff. Drinking some Coors. Saturday. Y'all watching that Syracuse game and Notre Dame. Hey, you getting blown the fuck out. Notre Dame got 56 points, man. Zero. Syracuse is in the toilet. Whew. Oh man. I mean in the toilet, folks. So I know y'all betting on that game. I know y'all losing y'all pulling your hair out right now and stuff. Jeez. So we're gonna get into some other stuff to talk about. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she retired after Trump, said she was a traitor and stuff. I'm gonna play the video. Ja Rule got jumped at New York restaurant. I think it was C Less or whatever, some Japanese restaurant, and all the celebrities go there and stuff like that. All the celebrities go there and stuff. So and then Leslie Jones, she's complaining now that she don't understand why no man want to be with her. I don't think this black man, no men, don't want to be with her apparently. And I put a poll up. Hit the poll. What do you think? I only got 2 votes so far. Someone said 50%, 50%. Yeah, you had more votes than that back in the day. When I the other channel, you used to get up with 100 votes. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe before the stream is out, maybe we can get a couple more votes in. Um, so one person say they will be with her. She's a beautiful black woman. The other one say hell no. So you might want the person who said yes. You need to go holler at her. She looking for a man. She looking for a man. You need to go holler at her, man. Drinking some Coors, like Razor Ray be drinking that. So we drinking that today. A little beer talk too. Gonna do that. So first thing I want to get into is this nursing thing. Apparently, the Department of Education said that um, they're not recognizing nursing as a profession. And I googled it or whatever, and it says that's not necessarily true. People think that it's not a profession where you're not gonna get no pay no money and they're gonna get rid of nurses. For some reason, they think it's not good. No, they actually doing. I'm gonna read what they doing. They said while nursing is generally recognized as a profession, it was recently removed from the Department of Education specific regulatory risks of professional degrees for the purpose of federal student loans limits and forgiveness program. That's why, because of the student loans, Trump is trying to, you could say, limit the amount of student loans he give or knock down the student loan debt. So he said, if I get rid of some of these other professions out here that don't need the money or need very little money, then we can knock down the student loan. This has to do with the student loan shit, student loan crisis. This is a bureaucratic change has sparked significant opposition from the National Nursing Organization. Yes, it did, which argued that it threatened access to advanced nursing education. Yeah, because you need money to go to the next level. You want to get a degree in it, as far as like a master's degree or MBA, whatever, or master's degree, yeah, in nursing and stuff. And you can't do it now because you don't got they limited they topped it out where I think they was getting like 250. It was classified as a profession. Now you might only get 50 or some shit like that. That'd be enough to get you through the nursing school. That's about it. So the reclassification does not change the nature that nursing practice is standing a high, respected, and trusted career. Yeah, so people is panicking off of this. They think that this nursing is not a profession no more, so it's not worth nothing. But it was a lot of stuff on the list. I think it was a chiropractor, and it was a therapist. All the therapists, they're not on the list and stuff. But I don't think you should worry about it. Trust me, when the Democrats get back in, this is gonna all change. They're gonna cut that department. Whoever charged of the education department, they gone. They're gonna get rid of them dudes, so you can forget it. They're gonna get rid of Kennedy. He's in charge of He's gonna get rid of him too. He's in charge of the health department. I think he's in the education department or not education. No, I think the medical department. They're gonna get rid of him. They're gonna get rid of all them suckers and reverse everything. So you only got what, 2026, 2 more years to go. It might change when the midterms come. It might end up getting rid of them. But as far as nursing is still a profession, as far as I'm seeing it, as far as it says, yes, it's still what I consider a profession. It's just that you're not gonna get the money to go forward as far as a master's degree. Now, some people saying that they doing this because 9 out of 10 people that are nurses are women, and they want to keep women back. They want to get women back at home again. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen, dog. You gotta forget about this 1950 bullshit. He'd make America great again. 1950s, 60s. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Fuck it. Stop it. We in a new age. Jeez. So, next thing I wanna play is this video by Marjorie Taylor Greene. You gotta play this video because something's happening with the MAGA Trump support. Apparently, she resigned. This was unprecedented. I thought she would stay, but then apparently because she voted against Trump, spoke against Trump, and she got her life threatened, she decided to resign. So we're gonna play this video so we can look at this shit, man. We can look at this. So let's go. It ain't that long, but we're gonna play it. Let's see where we at here. Okay, let's go.
Message explaining her decision. Here's a look.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are
She had trouble from the beginning. She never fit in.
Used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And the results are...
Does she have a point? Does she have a point there? That's why I say it's good. We need a third party. That's why I'm an independent. We need a third party. This is why I voted for Trump. You know, hey, I didn't know he was gonna do all this bullshit that he's doing now. But I voted for like low taxes and stuff, and crypto friendly, and maybe get some of these, clear out some of these illegals, these illegals as criminals. Get rid of all the criminal illegals, not just let everybody in without checking them. That's what I voted Trump for. But all this other stuff he's doing, this is not even a year. It's almost a year, and he's on some bullshit, man. Real bullshit now. This is crazy. I didn't vote for that. I voted for, hey man, just lower the taxes, man. Yeah, get the food back, drop the gas down. Try to stop a war too, if you can do that, and be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. But he's doing all this extra shit, man, that nobody needs this shit. But anyway, that's the team.
Always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts, American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest. And the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American...
That's right. You might want to get into crypto. I understand crypto is... We in some hell right now in crypto, but don't let them fool you. Don't listen to these motherfuckers out here tell you crypto is a scam. This ain't no advice. I'm just saying, what do you have to lose? Nothing. But anyway, let's continue.
American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart. I ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that. I've fought against COVID tyrannical insanity and mandated mass vaccinations, and I've never voted to fund foreign wars with your hard-earned tax dollars. However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly, resulting in the House not working for the entire time, and we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives.
Crazy. Okay, hold on real quick.
The longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass the plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster, But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again
Man.
from both sides of the aisle on television.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, folks. Pretty bad. That she has a point, you know. She jumped ship. She know that Trump is in trouble. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't see how he can get out of it. He might get out of it. You never know. You know, we have to see about the midterm elections. I think it's gonna go bad for him. You know, I think they might be fed up with Trump. You know, but anyway, let's go.
Every single day. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of...
I don't know about that trans, medically trans a minor. You know, that's crazy, man. I mean, they shouldn't even bother with these kids that's getting, reassignment surgeries when they in their teens is crazy, man. They should wait till they get to 18. Let them make their own decision if they want to do that. But sit there and do it when 12 years old, like, Dwayne Wade's son and stuff, that's crazy. That's ill. I don't understand that. But anyway, that's me talking. Living in a new age and shit. Oh no. But let's continue. Cassandra, what's up? What's going on?
Of your primary home and eliminating H-1B visas. Just sit. They all sit collecting dust. That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The Speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote. Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points. Because they know how much credit card debt they have, they know how much their bills have gone up over the past 5 years. They actually do their own grocery shopping and know food costs too much. Their rent has increasingly gone up. They have been outbid by corporate asset managers too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house. They have been laid off after being forced to trade their Visa holding replacement. The college degree they were told to earn only left them in debt with no big six-figure salary. They see more homeless.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's harder and harder to buy a house. Sometimes it make me think that they don't want you to buy a house. They want you to get you ready to live in these high-rise buildings, like in the Judge Dredd and shit. Everybody living in these high-rise, fortified structures, nuclear bomb structures and stuff. And you got block rent. And, if you don't, you pay, you can get thrown out, get killed, or whatever the case may be. And maybe they doing that. The only one that could live in places, like a houses or whatever house is going to be the wealthy. I don't know, man. I don't know where it's going, but I know it's going somewhere like that. But anyway, I digress. Let's go.
People than ever on their own community.
Hey, what's up, Consent? Oh, what's a cynical one? Oh, that's cynical one. Hold on. What's up, cynical one? Yeah, what's up? Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Let's continue.
Can't afford health insurance or practically any insurance, and they just aren't stupid. These are the people I represent and love because that is who all of my family and friends are, common Americans. I've been blessed to represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years. The district is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hardworking people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common Americans. I've worked hard to bring taxpayer dollars back home to help district needs, I impeached Biden's Secretary of Homeland after watching my constituents die as he facilitated dangerous open border invasion.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody say. Biden, he just let anything in, man. I mean, he fucked up shit, man. You know, and I'm telling you, he shouldn't have let just anybody in. He let anybody in. But I think America's got so used to hiring Hispanics for cheap labor that, you know, when they start cracking down, a lot of businesses failed. A lot of businesses went under or had to shut down because they hired nothing but them. So to pay them a certain amount. Someone should have stopped that and did that. They said, no, we pay everybody this amount. And then, you know, that would have solved that. But they didn't do that. Everybody was benefiting off of hiring these illegals for cheap rate. Pushing the regular man, American, not knowing, pushing the regular American man out of house and home. You got to go ahead and be a YouTuber in order to make some money and shit. But anyway, let's continue.
Into America. And I led the effort to defund hard left politically biased NPR and PBS and the corrupt USAID, and I did that as chair of the DOJ subcommittee. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money.
Damn.
I missed
Said she spent millions of her own money.
Precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York courthouse in Collect Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile, most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election. And I will never forget the day I had to...
So, remember, she spilled blood for Trump and the MAGA party. She didn't get nothing out of it. It's a good thing that, you know, this ain't no mafia style thing that's going on where you blood in, blood out. You can't leave. Bitch, you can't leave. No, you in this for life. But she's mad because she sacrificed a lot for the movement. And he threw her under, and then he brought in motherfuckers that didn't even have his back. Trump, that is. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors in order to fly to Washington, D.C. to defend President Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment in 2021. My poor father and my poor mother, it was way too much for all of us. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be a two-way street. And we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government.
I almost didn't buy this NFL wallet, but when Black Friday hit and it was up to 42% off,
Up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for.
That's cold.
However,
That's
while
cold.
yes, hurtful, my heart remains filled with joy.
That's cold. That's cold. He called her a traitor.
My life is filled with happiness, and my true convictions remain unchanged because my self-worth is not defined by a man.
Get the likes up, man. Give me two more likes, man. What's up, man? 4 likes, man. Stop all that hate. No hate. Get the likes. God damn. Let's go.
But instead by God, who created everything in existence. You see, I have never valued power, titles, or attention in spite of all the wrong assumptions about me. I do not cling to those things because they are meaningless and empty traps that hold too many people in Washington. I believe in term limits and do not think Congress should be a lifelong career or
Yeah, they need to knock down the term limits. They need to not make it a lifelong thing. They need to make it some term limits. Because these bozos, man, have you fucked up in the game. You know, when some of them is just to stay there and just have the same old mindset. You know, Congress, both sides of the party need new blood. You know, for both of them need. We need actually another party too. Maybe they get some act right if another party come up and end up putting the president in the House. That's what we need, basically. You know. But anyway, let's continue.
Assisted living facility. My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. And I have fought against Democrats' damaging policies like the Green New Deal, wide open, deadly, unsafe border policies, and the trans agenda on children and against women. With that has brought years of non-stop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a single day. It has been unfair and wrong, not only to me, but especially to my family, but it's been wrong to my district as well. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of...
Yeah, they lose. Now, if she's right, they lose the midterms. They're going to impeach him right away. You're not even going to waste any time. They're going to get his ass up out of here. There's nothing he can do about it unless he try to. Now, Steve Bannon, you got to watch out for him because he said that we trying to get. We need one more term. Now, how you going to get one more term when you can't get it? But you still need to watch out for him because he might be trying to tell Trump to plan this and do this, some bullshit, some off the wall insurrection shit again. And this time it's going to be some real insurrection. You might need to knock. I can't say that. I can't really say it, but with him, he's not the president. So somebody need to knock him off. You know, but no, he's. I don't know. But they lose the midterm. They're going to impeach Trump right away. They got the votes. They will have the votes, and they might lose more seats than they think they might lose. You know, if it's anywhere from they lose 4 or 5 seats, 6 seats, or 7, 10 seats, it's over. It's over. That fool, he might as well just hand it over to JD Vance. He did. Anyway, let's continue.
Of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never...
You know who they talking about. You know, those small hats, elite donor class. There you go, them. You know, They mad because Trump is gonna give the Saudis, those F-35s. Israel want those. Yeah, we want those. We want those planes. Oh no, we gonna give the Saudis. They got more money than you. And we trying to build bridges over here. That's what Trump say. Well, shit, give it to them. The Israelis are mad and shit. That's why they're sending spies over here. This is crazy. You got motherfuckers that's supposed to be your fast friend, but they got spies over here. Spying on you. Espionage. Ain't that a bitch? Wait, you supposed to be our friend. Why are you spying on us? You got your back. We supposed to have your back. You spying on us? That's why a lot of people believe that they had something to do with Charlie Kirk murder. Because they figured that he was going to run for president, and he probably would have got it. Now, I mentioned this before, a little bit of 10-4 hat. Maybe he was remote viewing thing and saw that he was going to win the presidency and kick all them small hats out of the country or some shit. I don't know. He said, "Oh, we gonna be fucked up. We gotta get rid of him." But anyway, I digress again and again and again. Anyway, let's continue.
Ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
Okay, that's it on that. Let me stop sharing on that. Okay, the next one I want to play, we gotta listen to this Trump meeting with Mandini, New York mayor, which is actually I know Trump's called him a communist. I think he's a Democrat socialist. He's way far left. And he got ties to, Muslim Brotherhood and all this shit, this motherfucker, shit. But people put him in. It won't change. They put him in. So let's go ahead and look at this shit. It's only 8 minutes, so we can go ahead and you know me.
A despot who had betrayed the country. You said you'd be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve your relationship?
I think both President Trump and I, we are.
Now, the first question, they hit him off with the question that he called him whatever. Let's see what he's gonna say.
Very clear about our positions and our views, and what I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers.
I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting. Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to working together. He said,
so what happened? They're gonna work together. What happened, folks? What happened? All the stuff they were saying about each other, and now they're gonna work together. This is probably why people like Trump, because somehow he's have the art of making a deal. Look, I know we disagree, we do, but what do we do? what can we do to help New York City?
A lot of my voters actually voted for him, and I'm okay with that. I'll do that. I'll sign it. Give it to me. I'll sign it in a minute. That's pretty good.
He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist.
Now they're clipping it. I could have played the whole 30 minutes, but I didn't want. I just wanted to play the 8 minutes. I didn't want to try to go through all that and stuff, you know. But maybe because they clip parts that they want to be seen. That's the only problem. But anyway, let's go.
And your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind. We had a meeting today that actually surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to see housing being built. He wants to see rents coming down, all things that I agree with. Now, we may disagree how we get there. The rent coming down, I think one of the things I really gleaned very much today, he'd like to see him come down, ideally by building a lot of additional housing. Yeah. That's the ultimate way. He agrees with that, and so do I. But if I read the newspapers and the stories, I don't hear that. But I heard him say it today, and I think that's a very positive step. No, I don't expect. I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. We discuss crime. Okay. More than ICE per se. We discuss crime, and he doesn't want to see crime, and I don't want to see crime. And I have very little doubt that we're not going to get along on that issue. He wants to, and he said some things that were very interesting as to housing construction, and he wants to see houses go up. He wants to see a lot of houses created, a lot of apartments built, etc. And you know,
not more houses, more apartment, high rise. I told you that high rise shit, man. Everybody gonna be living in one of them high rises, man, because you ain't gonna be able to afford that $4,000 or $5,000 to $8,000 rent and shit. Man. You ain't gonna be able to do that shit, you know. So you be able to get a place in a little high rise place and stuff like that, you know, low budget high rise place and stuff. Move out the projects, high-rise projects, and gonna put you back into the high-rise projects. That's the only place you'll be able to afford and stuff. Certain ones, that is. It's like moving to a different neighborhood. It's a affluent neighborhood. This new high-rise is more affluent people in here, and the other one is kind of poor. The other one is middle class, whatever. Even though people say, well, middle class is gone and stuff. Well, I don't know if the middle class is gone yet. You know. But it's really getting to the point where you're gonna need some money, shit, just live and live. Jeez. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, we actually people would be shocked, but I want to see the same thing.
Madami talked a number of times about it on the campaign, was shifting the tax burden for property taxes from what he called minority communities to white-based communities and putting more taxes on white people. I also noticed that in your acceptance speech, you didn't mention anything.
Well, I never heard that.
White people in general, and so I didn't know if that was one of the policies that you guys had spoken about.
I didn't know about him putting more tax on white people. Where did this come from, man? He must have threw that in there, man. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, we don't care. I mean, probably, but then if they poor, what tax you gonna get out of a poor white person? This is for you. Nothing. That don't make no sense. But anyway, let's continue.
We focused on affordability, we focused on the cost of living crisis. What I will say is that I am very much interested in property tax reform because what we see right now in New York City is a system that is so inequitable that it can't even stand up in court. And the president and I spoke about the importance of not only building more housing, but also making sure that regulation of housing is something that is manageable to actually get.
See, he talking about building houses. Ain't that what Kamala Harris was saying when she was running? We need to build more houses. But the plan is not to put the people in the houses, put the people in the high rise. The houses for the rich people, the richest, wealthy, the super wealthy, rich people. They can afford. They can afford it.
through and not the cause of yet another weight that we see in
But
our
to be
city.
clear, you're continuing this idea of race-based property taxes.
No, to be very clear,
That's what you said.
no, the use of the term was a description of neighborhoods, not a description of intent.
So you intend to tax the whiter neighborhoods more?
No, we intend to create a fair property tax.
You know, why would reporters say stuff like that right now? Oh, you don't tax the white people. Because this is the Charlie Kirk syndrome. The Charlie Kirk syndrome. The nationalist syndrome. You're going to tax the white people more. How are you going to tax the white people more? I'm trying to figure out what we're going to talk to. Because he's white, find out he's white and he's going to tax him more? We all getting taxed to death. We don't want no taxes. When Trump said that he's going to get rid of the IRS, hey, I was for that shit. He said everybody should be for that shit. And you should be for all capital gain because you never know. You might become rich one day and now you'll be the rich. You got to pay all kind of capital gain tax and shit. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
System because we want a New York City that is not only fair and equitable, but also one that every New Yorker can afford.
Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani administration?
Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely.
What makes you comfortable?
Uh-oh.
We agree
People
on
bugging out on this, man, because they was going at each other big time. And now motherfuckers agreeing with each other. What did he say? What, did Trump offer him some money? Or maybe Mamdani is just saying, I got to play ball right now with Trump until he get the fuck out. Once he get out, then we're going to do what we want to do. Because we know he's going to get out. Maybe he knows something we don't know. I don't know. Hold on real quick, folks. Hold on real quick. All right, I'm back. Folks, Notre Dame, 70-0. 70-0. Syracuse haven't scored not 1 point. Fuck. 70. I want to see if they can get to 100. I got to see what quarter it is. Hold on, let me fourth quarter, 2:59 left. 70-0. 70-0. I'll put the score up when I finish this. Okay, let's go back.
more than I would have thought. I think I want him to do a great job, and we'll help him do a great job. You know, he may have different views, but in many ways, you know, we were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea because he was strong on not getting ripped off in trade and lots of the things that I've practiced and been very successful on. Tariffs, a lot of things. Bernie Sanders and I agreed on much more than people thought. And
of course he did. Of course he did. But that's how it always is. You agree with, okay, I agree with that, but I don't agree with none of this. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this. Especially if they white, they're going to agree with, okay, we agree with this, but not that. We keep them niggas back. Yes, we agree with that. It is what it is, folks. You know, just because you think it's because Democrats is the people, party for the people and stuff, they're supposed to be down with the minority. No, they're not. They all live in the same house. I've been saying this for the longest. They live in the same house. It's just one brother is a Democrat, one Republican. Father a Democrat, mother is a Democrat because she's going with her husband. But the daughter might be a liberal, far right, far left liberal. Or the son might be a far right lunatic, MAGA. But they all live in the same house. Come to your black ass, then they all looking at the window, looking at you moving to the neighborhood. Who is this? Who's a nigga? Oh shit, fuck. Everybody's looking. Doesn't matter. You're that damn Democrat. I'm just saying.
When he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. And, it just turned out to be a statistical truth. But no, I feel very comfortable. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question for you, but a very quick one for the mayor. Why did you fly here? Aren't trains greener?
I will use every form of transit, and I want to make sure that they're all affordable in New York City, and that's why making buses fast and free is a centerpiece of our campaign.
There is a bus that goes.
Well, I know, but if he flew, that's a lot quicker too. No.
Also, they saying that he flew, but I don't know what that was about. It's about something, Anyway, let's go. They trying to clown him and stuff, man. They don't like. He's too, like I said, he's far left. They don't like him, and they don't understand how they thought it was going to be a blow up between them two and stuff, a big blow up, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
He's working very hard for him to be. That's a very long drive. I'll stick up for you. The plane takes you 30 minutes and driving takes you a long.
There were more New Yorkers who voted for President Trump in the most recent presidential election because of that focus on cost of living, and I'm looking forward to working together to deliver on that affordability agenda.
I got a lot of votes. One more. Go ahead. One or two more. Go ahead. I tell you, the press has eaten this thing up. I've had a lot of meetings with the heads of major countries. Nobody cared. This meeting that you people have gone crazy. Outside you have hundreds of people waiting. This is just a small little group. For some reason, the press has found this to be a very interesting meeting. The biggest.
So this is the best of a 30-minute meeting. Now, I'm not gonna play the 30-minute meetings. Of course, I said that already. But it's the best of the 8. And so, let's go.
People in the world, they come over from countries nobody cares, but they did care about this meeting, and it was a great meeting. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President, I was going to ask you exactly that. Why do you think there's so much more, so much excitement around this than even some foreign leaders?
Because I think he's different. All right, I think he's different, and that can be in a very positive way. But I think he's different than, your typical guy runs, wins, becomes mayor maybe, and nothing exciting. Because he has a chance to really do something great for New York. New York is at a very critical point. And he does need the help of the federal government to really succeed, and we're going to be helping him. But he's different than, your average candidate. He came out of nowhere. I said he has a great campaign manager standing over there. He came out of nowhere. What'd you start off at 1 or 2? And then I watched. I said, who is this guy? He was at 1, then he was at 3, then he was at 5, then he was at 9. Then he went up to 17. I said, that's getting a little bit interesting, right? And then all of a sudden he wins a primary that nobody expected he was going to win. It's
That's true.
A great tribute. I mean, it's an amazing thing that he did.
What is that saying? It's saying that we are heading to socialism. And Trump is right when he said he's a communist. Yeah, of course. Anyway, let's continue.
There will be topics that we disagree on. I think we'll probably come to a conclusion, and ultimately he'll convince me or I'll convince him. It's for the good of New York. Ultimately, it's for the good of New York. I don't care about affiliations or parties or anything else. I want to see if this city could be unbelievable, if he could be a spectacular success, I'd be very happy.
Do you think you guys will meet more in the future, too?
Sue?
Do you think you'll meet again in the future, throughout the administration?
I think we will. I think we will. I hope we do. I enjoyed the meeting. We had a great meeting. I met with a man who's a very rational person. I met with a man who really wants to see New York be great again. And I can say again, because New York was great. When I came down to Washington initially, the city was so hot. It was doing great. We were having some telltale signs of problems. We had a mayor that was not doing a great job, but still, it was moving along. And it went bad. It really went, pretty bad. And I think it's been at lower points, but it went pretty bad. I think he can bring it back. Now, the question is, will he bring it back all the way? Will he bring it back greater than ever before, which is, I guarantee, that's his wish. I think he wants to make it greater than ever before. And if he can, we'll be out there cheering. I'll be cheering for him.
Okay, that's it on that. They're going to push him out. I think they're going to push him out and put somebody else in here and have the same goddamn agenda. They still don't want Indian. They want a white person to run this shit. They just, I'm telling you, man, this is just how it is. It's fucked up. Or they'll use him up and then put their man in or a woman in. Simple as that. Okay, now next we got to play this. This is short. What y'all been waiting for? Leslie Jones saying that she want a man. She can't find a man. Can't find a man. Oh, let me. Hold on, this. Forgot that. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna play this. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Here we go, man. We're gonna play this.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful. I'm rich. I can fight. I will say it. I love men. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, you know why she say that shit? Because she was caught. She was said that she going the other way. She said she was going the other way. I think she tried that shit and she didn't want to do that shit. She didn't want to go the other way. Like our girl Niecy Nash. I'm so disappointed in that. Niecy Nash. She just went straight the other way to fuck. But maybe she was like that all along. We don't know. But remember, Hollywood is like that. You got to be gay, lesbian. You most likely you make it big in this industry, which is insane. Can't be straight and make it. Or you be straight, you gotta be a freak. You gotta be a deviant. Fucking with little girls, boys, some bullshit. It's ill. Sexy just on drugs. Coked out. Methed out or whatever. But anyway, let's continue.
But I don't love a stupid man.
Uh-oh.
If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Yeah.
Okay, she's trying to, like I said, so she's got ultimatums and stuff. She has some values. Would you be with her? This is the question: is would you be with her? She got the money and stuff. It looks like nobody ain't been really knocking it down and stuff. The pussy be ready to not get knocked down. So I'm sure that you can, if you can get used to her face or whatever, you might be all right. She had no kids, so that's just saying a lot. I don't know. put the career before kids, whatever. I don't know. But somebody would have married her. You know, we have, how many votes we have in here on that? Let me see. Oops, I got the wrong one. Let me put that back on. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we got the share back again. Hold on. I got Uncle REG. Okay, the poll, we got 7 votes. Yes, 29%. Hell no, 50. 14, maybe you could give me lots of money. So that's what they're saying. Okay, let us continue.
Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours?
I'm
sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am.
Can you handle it?
Oh, well, what?
Look at her. You know, Kelly Clarkson is just, you know, she glad. I'm glad I'm not black and look as black ugly like you. I'm cute. I got me a man. I got me a whole bunch of men. She's just adding her own, man. You know, you agree with the rest of us and shit about her, man. Come on, man. You really want to tell her this and that, but you can't do it because she'll whoop your ass. Come on, man. Let's stop it. Stop it. Let's go.
You bring it to the table. I am the table.
Let's put that there. She said that she's the table. Let's put that back.
Yes, I am.
Can you handle it?
What you bring it to the table? I am the table.
Y'all niggas say that shit. Y'all saying that what you ask these women Obsidian. Obsidian asks all the time. What are these women bringing to the table? She just told you she is the table. This is your woman, Obsidian. That's it. That's it. Let's go. I am the table. I'm the motherfucking table out here. You ain't, nigga. You ain't even masculine enough. This is what she told you. But she mad because you can't get no man. Let's play this shit again, man. Let's play this shit again.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful.
Uh-oh.
I'm rich. I can fight.
Successful, rich, and fight. Oh shit, she got money.
I will say it. I love men.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We had to clear that up.
But I don't love a stupid man. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours? I'm sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am.
Can you handle it?
What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So there you go. There you go. God damn. She turned up. She turned the fuck up. All right. So what do y'all think, man? Let's see what the poll says. Poll says 57 hell no, 29 yes. So 29 people say yes. Maybe if you give me a lot of money, 14%. Money does it all the time. You know, you can buy me a car, this and that. I'll be your private dancer all night, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So now let's get into this other thing. We gotta talk about Ja Rule. Apparently, Ja Rule, he got apparently the report that he got jumped at this upscale restaurant in New York. Let's see. I'm gonna get on that one. Now, he said, Tasha K, that he got jumped at Let's See restaurant. And Tasha K had something to do with this. She put this out first. But apparently they saying that Ja Rule was involved in altercation last night at the Barclays Center during the Brandy and Monica Boys Mine store top. So he wasn't even at that restaurant. That was the height of the rumors was him receiving a beat down was completely false. It was, yeah. So Tasha K is fucked up. Since the Ja Rule shoot down, beat down rumors, he said he only got jumped at the fans blame Max B. And then now they're blaming Max B. Max B got out because he had problems with Max B when Max B was out. So they all assuming that Max B sent these dudes on there. And if Max B did send them, he needed to check his boys because hey, that's gonna look bad on you. You just got out, and then all of a sudden your name get popped up of jumping another rapper, or actually a famous rapper that got clout. This is crazy. It's crazy. But Tasha K got it all wrong. Tasha K, he said that Tasha K, why are you lying about these good people? Lying on these good people. There's some bitch ass nigga try to jump me. It wasn't at Let's See. So it wasn't at Let's See. I was chilling smoking a joint watching SVP, not with a scratch on me. Now, Tasha K said, breaking news, this is what she said. The first thing she said to people before Ja Rule responded. Breaking news, I just got word that Ja Rule was jumped tonight outside New York restaurant. Let's See. I'm being told it was pretty fucking bad. The story is developing. She got the story wrong. Now, whoever told her that, she's got to be crazy. Now, I don't know why she didn't go ahead and retract it, but I think she put up a post saying that, I said developing story. So she going on the straight rumor. And then is it Max B also looped into the rumor, but his team tell TMC neither the recent release rapper nor his team had anything. Yeah, of course they didn't. They trying to throw everybody into the mix and shit. So this happened. So Ja Rule's attending the Brandy and Monica concert, and he got jumped there, not at the goddamn restaurant. That's some crazy shit. This is footage in question and show two groups of men, one man shove another side while the person was filming ID a figure with a red circle, purposely Ja Rule being restrained from entering the melee. So, hey man, I did a video saying, and then we had another YouTube on here, and I'm not gonna mention his name because he's really upset. He'd be really upset. People calling him out saying that he's just doing clickbait and all this shit now and shit. But he got the story wrong, man. He had all this other shit going on in this story about Ja Rule and stuff. He was in trouble. He was almost dying and some shit like that. I'm like, God damn. Well, I could say it. I ain't got no views. I got 5 people in here. You know, it was Ticket TV. You know, he's mad at people going at him now. You know, so Ja Rule's okay. He did a video posting it, laughing, got no scratch on him, anything like that. I don't know how the Tasha got that screwed up, man. That was shit, you know. He was beyond me. I don't know. Dang. Your sources is fucking you up. Maybe your sources want to see you fail and give you wrong information and shit. Or maybe she did that just to get her name in the story. Maybe they doing that just to get their name, keeping the lights and stuff. Even though you got all these lawsuits coming on you. What, Brian McKnight, and then you got still Cardi B, which you know you haven't really settled that really out yet. You trying to be paying her and shit, you know, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know. I mean, and Malago, she's on trial for the same goddamn thing with Meg Thee Stallion. It's like they figured out, I'm a YouTube blogger. On the T, I gotta tell some lies in order to come up. I gotta twist the story. I gotta falsify shit. You wasn't doing that before when you came up. You got these stories. The thing is that they want to get the story before everybody else gets the story. Before TMC can get the story. And it's hard to beat TMC. TMC, people be saying that they did government and stuff. You know, they know shit. They got people everywhere. I don't know how TMC do it, but I think they got fucking people just everywhere, man. Gotta be that. It's crazy. But anyway, let's get on to the next one. Oh, let's see what the Notre Dame. Okay, that's it. 70. Oh, they put score on the board, so it's not a shutout. Syracuse put 7-70. Damn, that was a wild game. Shit. All right. Next thing I gotta talk about is last thing is Kandi Burruss and Todd finally getting a divorce. This is a relationship I think that should have never really happened, because remember when she got on the Housewife of Atlanta, he was the guy that was the producer. He was the guy that was behind the scenes. And I think Nene Leakes told her, "Hey, why don't you get with him? You get him," and was trying to get her to talk to Kandi and stuff. And he just ended up joining the show. So they let him him marrying her. He tied a knot 2013. I remember that. And they had 2 children, Ace and a daughter, Blaze. He also had 2 children pre-relationship. Now Tucker got a kid that's 29 years old that, you know, it was introduced to, you know, Kandi and stuff, and then Riley. We all know about Riley. But I knew there was gonna be some fucking with shit when he had to deal with Kandi Burruss' mother. Not only her mother, but her aunts. The other 2 aunts. It was some wild shit. And they was no joke. They didn't like him and shit, you know, this and that and third. But she wanted to be with him. I don't know. Maybe he was for her. Maybe she pushed her agenda. He lived for her. So after a while, he probably saying, like, "Hey man, I want to build my own thing. I'm known as being Mr. Burgess. I'm not being my own man and shit." And then we heard all the infidelity that was going on, that, he wasn't really having sex with her and stuff like that. And they was actually both, doing their own thing for a period of time and shit and all this shit. But they kept appearances up. When the Housewife of Atlanta was on, they kept appearances up. But she was trying to include him into this, being a producer of shows and stuff like that. But he was a prop man. He was just like a man. I knew this was going to last 10 years. Got past the first 7 years, but they couldn't get past the second 7 years. So the question is that how much money he's going to get. Let me see how much Kandi owes. How much Kandi is worth. Hold on. $30 million. He might want some of that money. He only got $3 to $4 million. Todd Tucker, after being with her all that time, only got $3 to $4 million. He probably would have never had that. It's late. However, some sources report his low figures around $400,000. His wealth is primarily derived from the work related to Taylor personality. So without her, he wouldn't have no goddamn money. He would have been just he's a television producer. That's basically what it is. You're on television on a black show. So he was the guy that she chose because he was willing to bend back and forth for her. Help her with her career, not his. I think Kandi had probably problems maybe finding a man that was going to stick with her like that. So maybe Nene Leakes said, well, let's get her hooked up with this dude. He looked like he's a nice guy. They go, oh, you be the nice guy, you get trapped up. Fuck that nice guy shit, man. And he seemed like he's a good guy, or a decent guy and stuff. But, I think he should have got more money than that. Shit, goddamn. I mean, you could have built something off. You could have just had something on the side or some shit. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is what for the previous people to form a career ambition. Okay. They say they honor 8th anniversary. So, they got 10 together. But this wasn't going to work out. I knew this was going to work out anyway, man. I knew it was going to work out. It was just a matter of time. They wasn't going to make no 14 years. And why these women that's like getting in their 50s? She's 50. And why is women when get 50 going to want to just leave the husband now? They want there's somebody better out there. I don't know. This is weird, man. They go backwards. You be thinking that you be trying to get rid of the nigga then when you're young, not when you're old. You're supposed to get the right nigga when you get old, around 50, 60. So you just, go into the sunset with this motherfucker. Not get rid of the motherfucker and then try to start over thinking this is 50 or 60, 70 is a new 20. That's bullshit. It's like the motherfucker bras is backwards and shit, man. This is crazy. Now she's 40 and almost 50, and he's about 52. See, he can get a young girl, boom, boom. He'd be back in the mix real quick. Because some of the girls probably be saying that, look, I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up real quick. He'd be with a woman real quick. You watch. I guarantee. She might have problems unless she got somebody already. She don't have a problem getting another man unless she already got somebody already. But I know her mother and her aunt is saying, good. I'm glad you got rid of that motherfucker. Let me end this poll, man. I'm gonna get off of here, man. Hey, yeah, I know I'm late. Well, I don't know if I'm going tomorrow. Unless something come down the pike, I don't know if I'm going tomorrow. I might. I'm gonna talk about some bullshit. Maybe I'll talk about some corona. Anyway, talk about some bullshit. But I wanted to do this today and sit on a Sunday and stuff. You know, get a little beer and stuff. Hold on real quick. All right. You know what? I might come back on tomorrow because this has some news about P. Diddy, about some guy that was in the same prison he was in. Fort Dix saying that, you know, the prisoners is having sexual orgies in the shower and stuff like that. And P. Diddy involved. I gotta go talk about it, man. P. Diddy. Oh, man. This motherfucker, he's not gonna change. I'm telling you this right now, he won't change. He's not gonna change. I told you they should have put him in solitary confinement. Get him on that program. Get him up, but then he's a person that's not gonna change. He's gonna die on the hill. It's just a matter of time before you get caught doing something else or get involved with some other bullshit. And then he got this other case pending from the white guy that's accusing him of, forcing him to give him head and all that stuff, and then nothing on the big shirt and shit and all that guy, so it just seemed like he was surrounded by people that was freaks just like him, gay too, just like freaks. It's weird, man. It's just crazy, man. That's what it is in jail now. That these dudes just they don't give a fuck no more. They all bisexual in jail. Is all the dudes go to jail all bisexual now? That's what I want to know. That's why the shit is all fucked up now. Or these niggas come out and end up being transsexuals. It's fucked up. And with the transsexual thing, you sometimes you can't tell the difference. We got one on here. It's no way you can tell the difference that's a man or not. I'm like, oh man, god damn, this is wild. I ain't gonna mention he, she name, but got a big channel. Matter of fact, Jaguar Wright mentioned her saying that she like him, he, her. It seems like these black women are really accepting of this, this alternative lifestyle. I mean, they more accepted than men, you could say. But even though the men is participating 100% in it, they more accepted it, Men say, I'm not down with that, but when you are down with it, it's crazy. Shit's fucked up, man. And if these dudes, y'all with these dudes, remember, those are the 20% of dudes that a lot of these women are being with, and they all in there bumping each other. Jeez. I mean, why the reason why the AIDS rates are up and stuff, and the herpes rate, the syphilis rate, all this up because this shit. But the nice guy, you don't want to be with that, The nice guy is actually the enemy now. The nice guy is really the enemy. He's undesirable. And the nice guy seems like he don't want to be in the friend zone no more. And I don't blame him. Friend zone is full of shit. Don't do it. If you're in the friend zone, get out of that motherfucker shit. Do what you ever got to do to get out of that. Because that's a form of disrespect, being in the friend zone. And mostly the man fought for being in the friend zone because he's thinking that, he was told to be nice and that she'll like you and stuff. When that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And I hate to say that, but it's true. I was in a friend zone. I got out of that shit. I said, no. It doesn't work out. But anyway, I had to say a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But anyway, Uncle REG is out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. Support the channel, give me some likes. I appreciate it. I don't know why it's no crying. I just gave him some food. It's crazy. If you get an old cat, man, I don't know what y'all gonna do. I got an old cat. He's getting old. I hope he get to 35 years old. I can get his book of record. I think get the book is 35. I can get to 40. Get him to 40. Is that possible? Having a cat that's 40 years old? Oh, man. I'm gonna show him off. He'll probably be skinny as hell. He's already kind of skinny as hell already. But if I can keep him going until he get 40, I'll be in the house. Yes. 16 now, so that's like what, 20 something. 4 years, something like that. Now, I'll be 80 something. I'll be 80 myself by then, 85 or something like that. Hey. I'm trying to do it, man. I'm gonna be part of history in this motherfucker, man. For real though. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Till next time.